Hey, good morning. I'm John Marshall. I'm the owner of Suncoast MPI, and this is Suncoast MPI TV. We're back. We're doing it a little bit different today, but I tell you what, it's been a week, and it's blowing up. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's probably going on in your chapter. Hashtag free meals. I mean, people are leaning into this, and we really are doing this to be a value add for you, you know, as a Suncoast MPI member, and bringing this medium to the marketplace that nobody else is doing. But it's resonating. The viewers are leaning in. They're excited about what's going on. They're excited about the talent that they're seeing that's part of NPI, and they're showing up in groves, man. It's great. So hashtag NPI, hashtag free meal, I should say, is live and kicking. If you're watching, you're trying to figure this out, trying to figure out how to grow your business through word-of-mouth referrals with a seat-specific networking group, there's only one place to be, and that's Suncoast NPI. You come in there, it's hashtag free meal, and it's on us, and come see what we're all about and experience it and get exponential growth for 2019 and beyond. I tell you what, I just got a text earlier, and somebody was reaching out for a CPA, and the guy responded, was like, I really appreciate it. You don't have to sell me on the benefit. I was a president of MPI chapter in the 90s, and he's still getting second, third, fourth generation referrals today. But we're changing it up. We usually do a 12-minute segment, but the demand within Suncoast MPI is through the roof as well. So I'm trying to maximize our members and get as many folks in here and get in this incredible exposure with WeBeam TV, with Mr. Gaston in the background and Jason Robinson doing the production. So we have Ben Coughanour.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
He's back by popular demand, and he's always looking sharp, always making fun of how I dress, and it's like, man, come on, wait till you're my age, and you're gonna be like, I remember that guy, John. You know, I was laughing at him then, but I'm psyched you're back here, man.
John, thank you so much for having me back on the show again. Love it here. Great opportunity, terrific exposure. Just such a cool opportunity. Suncoast MPI really expands, whether it's referrals, whether it's helping you grow your business, or creating opportunities like this to really get out, expose yourself, show your business, show how you're different. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Yeah. You're blowing up on this media stuff? You're getting some crazy feedback?
I am diving in 2 feet and head first.
Yeah.
What is that, a pike?
Yeah.
All the way in.
I'm old school. I'm cannonballing.
You can't cannonball it in. You got to go.
So, hey, I know. So we have Ben Coughanour, Mangrove Realty, back. And I know you love the data. I know you love talking numbers. I know you love bringing the facts. So why don't we tee up? Why don't we tee up something here? Why don't we tee up this number 2? It's a generational thing. What are we talking about here?
So I love nerding out a little bit. I'm always trying to keep up with the trends. And so NAR, National Association of Realtors, puts a lot of money into keeping stats and tracking stuff and market trends. And I like to follow them. It really helps me know my market better. So this is just one example of that. And there's a couple of things on here. What stands out to you on this infographic?
You know, I look at it, first of all, it's a generational thing. I'm like, oh, man, it's like, here they come. They're coming, baby. You know, I guess there's a lot of things here, but like in the upper right area, it talks about 20% of the younger boomers bought a multi-generational home. I'm like, what? What is that all about? That's the thing. I'm like, that was a crazy number to me.
It is. It's a crazy number. I'm not going to lump you into that
please
boomer
don't.
group. I'm not going to do that. But that baby boomer group, you know, there's really 2 draws. Number 1 is, obviously, they've got children that are staying in the home longer and longer. For you viewers at home, raise your hand if you've got somebody under 25 years old still in your basement or in your garage or in that spare bedroom that's supposed to be your arts and craft or yoga room or office.
Oh, man. Please tell me it's not so.
Yeah. John's got 2 kids that he's trying to get out of the house soon, I hope.
I love them, but.
Yeah, they're going to college. They're going to make it. They're going to make it. But yeah, it's a big thing. And then on the flip side, that mother-in-law suite for, you know, that older relative, whether it's your grandmother, your aunt, or your mother or father, that you don't want to put them in ALF and they're not quite ready which way they're going to go.
Yeah,
and they end up back in the home. So these multi-generational homes really are growing and expanding, and it's a big part of the market.
That's amazing. And I think even we're talking about, like, you know, one point you're talking about 5 to 7 years used to be the norm, right? They're staying in these homes, and that's even different these days, right?
That's so different. And you hit the nail on the head. So historically, it's 6 years is how long somebody will stay in a home before they sell it. And now that number, just as of 2018, is 10 years. So people are staying in homes longer, so they're making different considerations when they're buying that home. Or maybe it's, you know, they can't get that teenager or 20-year-old out of their house.
Gotcha. Can't get them out of the house. You're making me nervous, Mr. Coughanour. Making me nervous. So as we kind of continue the trend and looking at some stats, and I follow the money. It's we got this one that's like how recent buyers purchased their home, and there's some crazy stuff on here. Why don't you take me through right from the big number right up top?
All right. So if we go to slide 3, you'll see follow the money, and I mean I always like to give it a local touch. So this is nationally. Nationally, median purchase price was $235,000.
Gotcha.
Here in Pinellas County, that we call home, median purchase price $326,000.
$326,000.
That's of December last year. So we're going to get a new fresh set of numbers here this week. I believe on Thursday, the 26th, everything's coming out. 26th, everything's coming out.
Gotcha.
But median purchase price here in Pinellas, $326,000.
Wow. It's booming.
It's booming. We're doing very well. We're not Manhattan. We're not San Francisco, and frankly, I don't want to be.
No, me either. That's the reason we came here from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And New York before that.
Plenty of sunshine, no state income tax.
Yeah.
Traffic is okay. No, it's nice here. The market's good here, and the home value is reflected.
Gotcha. On the same sheet on Follow the Money, there's something here that actually kind of, I was like, I was surprised to kind of read that 10%, the median down payment on 10%.
So, and I'm not gonna generation you either.
Go ahead.
But again, it's a generational thing. Go back 50 years ago, almost every home was purchased with 20% down. That was the norm, and that has really changed. Now with PMI the way it is, you can purchase a home with 3.5% down for an FHA, 0% down if you're a VA. If you're a veteran, you have a 0% down loan programs. There's conventional loans as low as 3% down. I've seen some 1% downs.
Wow.
I don't love them. So buyers are able to get into a house where they'll get mortgage insurance, but they can put less than 20% down on a home. So that's where you're seeing that stat come down to 10%.
Gotcha.
There are still plenty of people that are putting 20% down. They don't pay any mortgage insurance. And if you can do it, I recommend it. Having said that, you got to know where the market is, and there's a lot of 3.5% down FHA buyers right now.
Wow. That's surprising. And and then like over here, like we're talking about the 16%, this received down payment assistance. Like, come on. And the other side, we got younger people staying in the homes longer. Then on the flip side, they got 16% receiving payment assistance. I mean, where are we raising here? Tell me a little bit more about this.
How much would you give your kid to help them buy a house to get out of yours?
Maybe a little bit more than 16. Hey, Daniel, Haley, don't record that.
So this is down payment assistance. There's several different programs. You can do a gift for your down payment from a family member or a relative.
Right.
You can also do seller credits for your closing costs. Most loans allow up to a 3% seller concession or contribution to your closing costs.
Wow.
So that's where those numbers reflect. I'm actually surprised it's not higher than that. And it really helps people take a little bit less money out of their pocket to make that house work and get into that home.
That's interesting. Yeah, I appreciate sharing that. And again, bringing your A game when it comes to the stats. Let's go over this other. We have another one on number 4, that the anatomy of the first-time buyer.
So,
and right off the chute, what's that number that shoots out to you?
So, I mean, this was the most surprising info that I've seen as I was filtering through this week was 32 years old. That's an all-time high.
Wow.
That's the oldest it's ever been, and as long as we've kept records for a first-time home buyer in the United States, and that tells me that the market's pushing. Those kids are staying in houses longer. Yeah. Wage growth hasn't been quite what it was historically, and so it's pushing people. This millennial generation is a lot more reluctant to move into a home, and some of it's the market, and some of it is actually their job market. They move around a lot more.
Yeah.
50 years ago, maybe you got a job with GE and you were going to get a pension and you were going to work one job until you were going to die.
I hear you.
And now most people, there's so much more freelance work, people are moving around, and it's changing how they're buying homes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you look at this other thing, you got the income of $75K and the purchase of median purchase of $190K. Go in this 5% down payment.
This plays right off we talked about before. Average first-time home buyer is only putting 5% down. So most conventional products require 5 or 3% down. FHA is 3.5. I do have just this month, I've had 2 closings with first-time home buyers that put 20% down.
Wow.
And I think that's great. I'm very proud of them. I think that's if you can do it, do it. Having said that, you've got other products on the market, and that's where your average comes down. You're getting around 5%.
Gotcha. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. And then there's a number in here. This is scary to me, actually. This 41% carrying student debt with a typical balance of $29,000. You want to talk about that for a second?
That's almost an entire topic on its own. Maybe a little bit more out of my real estate scope. How it pertains to real estate and affects my buyers is it affects their debt to income ratio.
Yep.
So if you went to dental school and you got $400,000 in debt, that's really going to affect what kind of home you're going to qualify for because you've got all that debt. So that lender's going to look at it. I think the typical balance, it said, was $29,000.
Yeah.
That's not nothing. That's a really nice car.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's taken people a lot of time to get out of there. And there's some trends there that I would love to see change going forward for the amount of debt that students are taking on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Ben, on that. I mean, and this one's really cool. So you guys are in for a treat for this next one. The fifth PowerPoint we have up here is the not so local real estate. Dive in, man. I mean, look at this. This is
So the not so local real estate really strikes home with me. So my background really is an investment. And right
absolutely.
now, 50% of my business is still with investors. Whether they're buying or selling, I'm working with a lot of investors. And so I see this firsthand every day. Part of the stat is the average purchase price of the home they're putting in. Domestically, up to about $249.
Okay.
And then foreign, and that's for 2018. So our other numbers are 2017. We're still getting updated numbers. Foreign, $292. So they're coming from out of the country and they're buying bigger or more expensive homes. The United States is one of the few westernized countries in the world that actually allow foreign citizens to buy property. And so it drives a lot of people. We've got a very stable market. And you look here, China, $30 billion. $30
billion.
Canada, $10.5 billion. That doesn't surprise me at all. United Kingdom, 7.3, India, 7.2, Mexico, 4.2. So total sales volume in 2017, $121 billion.
$121 billion.
Yeah,
Wow.
2018, sorry, 2018, $121 billion. And I see a lot of it myself. Firsthand, most of my out-of-state buyers or foreign buyers are coming from Canada. I do get a lot from California, and I've got quite a few Middle Eastern buyers that, they don't have the FDIC, they don't have secured bank accounts in a lot of countries in the Middle East. So if your family has some money and you come to the United States often, it seems like a no-brainer to invest in a stable real estate market where you know your money is going to be safe and hopefully appreciate.
Yeah, that's awesome, Ben. So the time flies. So we're going to do a 30-second wrap, man. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, John, I just want to start by saying thank you so much for having me here.
My pleasure.
This is such a great opportunity provided by Suncoast MPI, and again, WeBeam TV. Big thank you to you guys. What a great opportunity to get your message out there, show people how you're different, share data and knowledge, and have a discussion with people. This is just an incredible opportunity. I can't tell you how much I
appreciate you saying that.
I want to say a big thank you to the viewers out there for putting up with John and I and our banter.
Yeah, that's true.
I appreciate you sticking around for 12 minutes. It flies, but we're having fun. And I know we covered a lot of topics today. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to ever call or email me. My phone is always on, 813-444-7440. You can email me anytime. I always say it, whether you're buying or selling, remember, Ben, my phone is always on.
Great job, Ben. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate you.